Eala faces former doubles partner Zeynep Sonmez in Abu Dhabi opener. Friendships will have to take a back seat when Eala begins her singles campaign at the WTA Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open, scheduled from February 1st to 7th at the Zayed Sports City International Tennis Center. Eala will face her friend and former doubles partner, Zeynep Sonmez of Turkey, in the opening round on Monday. The 20-year-old Eala and 23-year-old Sonmez both received wild-card entries for the first of three major events in the Middle East swing of the Women's Tour. The two have faced each other in the past. In November 2023, Eala came from 1-4 deficits twice to beat Sonmez, 7-6, 5, 6-4, in the quarterfinals of the ITF W60 NG Open Nantes Atlantique in France. 2 years later, Eala repeated the feat with a 6-1, 6-3 victory in the first round of the qualifiers at the WTA 250 Lexus Eastbourne Open 2025. Eala and Sonmez have also partnered in doubles, reaching the semifinals at the 2024 First Empire Women's Indoor in Slovakia and the 2023 ITF Kayatek Open in Luxembourg. Just days after her quarterfinal exit at the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open, Eala will be looking to make a deep run in the WTA 500 tournament in the UAE capital. However, she will first have to overcome the Turkish number 1, who enters the match riding high on confidence after reaching the third round of the Australian Open. Sonmez caused a major upset in the opening round by defeating world number 11 Ekaterina Alexandrova of Russia. The winner of the Eala-Sonmez match will advance to the second round to face the victor of the all-Spanish clash between 8th seed Paula Badosa and Jessica Monero Buzas. In doubles, Southeast Asian fans will finally get to see a dream pairing as Eala teams up with Indonesian star Janice Tien, who recently reached the second round in singles at the Australian Open. The duo, however, faces a tough challenge against Leylah Fernandez of Canada and Kristina Mladenovic of France. Fernandez, 23, is ranked 68th in doubles and has reached the French Open doubles final. Mladenovic, 32, a former world number 1 in doubles, recently won the WTA 250 ASB Classic in Auckland and has claimed the Australian Open twice and the French Open 4 times. Tennis crossing rackets and rising ambitions. Eala vs Zeynep Sonmez at the Abu Dhabi Open Tennis. In the world of professional tennis, the storyline is just as compelling as the scoreboard: rivalries, friendships, reinventions, and moments that define careers. One such narrative unfolds now at the 2026 Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open, where 2026 Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open sets stage not just for high-octane tennis, but for the unfolding drama of friendship, competition, and personal growth. At the heart of this story is Eala, the Filipino tennis sensation who has redefined what it means to rise from humble beginnings to the grand stages of the WTA Tour, and her opponent in the first round, Turkey's Zeynep Sonmez, not just a rival, but a former doubles partner and friend. Globe showing Europe-Africa the setting: Abu Dhabi, a stage of opportunity. Tennis in the Gulf has blossomed into more than just a seasonal stop. The Abu Dhabi Open is a premier WTA 500 tournament held at the Zayed Sports City International Tennis Center, where elite athletes gather amid the desert sun and cheering crowds to test their mettle on hard courts. This year's event promises high drama, with top seeds, breakthrough talents, and wild-card entrants ready to shake up the draw. For Eala, this tournament is more than a chance to progress in the rankings. It's a symbolic return to the very grounds where her story on the WTA 500 began, and a vivid reminder of how far she has come. 2 years ago, she arrived in Abu Dhabi ranked outside the world's top 180. Now, the 20-year-old is in the top 50, the first Filipina in history to break that barrier, having carved out major milestones across the tour. 2 women holding hands from partners to competitors, the tale of Eala and Sonmez. What gives this matchup its unique emotional texture is the shared history between these two athletes. Eala and Sonmez were doubles partners in past tournaments, enjoying moments of teamwork and mutual trust, including runs to the semifinals at events like the 2024 Women's Indoor in Slovakia and the 2023 ITF Kayatek Open in Luxembourg. These experiences bonded them, both as teammates and friends. But on this occasion, friendship steps aside. In the unforgiving format of professional singles, each player stands alone, serving not just for points but for pride, momentum, and the next chapter in her journey. Their previous singles encounters tell an intriguing story. Eala holds the head-to-head edge, having beaten Sonmez in both their past duels, including a resilient comeback win in France and a confident performance at the Eastbourne Open qualifiers. Yet statistics never tell the full story in sport. What they suggest is a psychological edge, but Sonmez, having elevated her game, including a notable Australian Open run, arrives confident and dangerous. Fire a clash of styles, skill and strategy. While both players share a similar age range, Eala at 20 and Sonmez at 23, their paths and strengths reveal diverging styles. Eala, celebrated for her powerful forehand, tactical depth, and competitive tenacity, prides herself on dictating play, pushing opponents behind the baseline before opening up angles to strike. Her recent experience at home in Manila, especially the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open where she reached the quarterfinals, has sharpened her focus and resilience. Zeynep Sonmez, a steadier, more tactical competitor, less flashy, but capable of consistency and long rallies. Her confidence has been boosted by recent breakthroughs, including an upset over a top 15 player at the Australian Open. Their styles contrast. Eala's aggressive, offensive baseline game versus Sonmez's steadiness, patience, and tactical defense. This dichotomy promises a match rich with strategic exchanges, shifts in momentum, and psychological undertones. Thought balloon more than just a match, it's a narrative of growth. The Eala Sonmez story resonates because it embodies something universal in sports, the evolution of relationships. Yesterday's partner can become today's rival. Yesterday's lessons can become tomorrow's triumphs. It's this emotional tapestry that elevates their match from a routine first-round fixture to a compelling subplot of the Abu Dhabi Open. Eala isn't just playing against another athlete, she's playing against a familiar face that embodies part of her own rise. That tension, between respect and competition, between camaraderie and ambition, adds layers of human drama to every serve, volley, and break point. Direct hit. What's at stake? For Eala, victory would mean progress into the second round, where she could face seasoned players like Spain's Paula Badosa, a top 10 competitor. Momentum in her 2026 Middle East swing, essential for ranking points, confidence, and prestige. A chance to write another chapter in her already storied year. From a historic Eastbourne final to a top 50 ranking, to a celebrated home tournament, Eala's trajectory has already been phenomenal. For Sonmez, upsetting Eala would mean validation of her recent form, including her Australian Open performance.